Good afternoon, students. Today we are moving to the last portion of fourth module, that is traffic signal design. During the last lecture before lockdown period, we have discussed about different types of signal system, advantages and disadvantages of signals, then warrants of traffic signals, etc. So you just go through the notes. I am not explaining it again. Uh, Before going to traffic signal design, we can just go through some of the definitions. First one, signal cycle. Signal cycle is the time period of time required for one complete sequence of signal indications. What are signal indications in a traffic signal? They are red, amber, green. Red to indicate stop, amber clearance time, green go. And the total duration of these three indications are known as signal cycle. Next is signal phase. Signal phase means the part of the signal cycle time that is allocated to stop the traffic or to allow traffic movement. Signal phase may be in order to stop the traffic, or it may be to allow the traffic movement. If it is to stop the traffic, it is known as red phase, and if it is for traffic movement, it is green phase. So red phase is known as stop phase, and green phase is known as go phase. Next, interval. The interval means any of the division of the signal cycle during which signal indication do not change. It is the period during which signals do not change. That is known as interval. Next is the clearance time. Clearance time, it is indicated by clearance time is indicated by amber or yellow light. It indicates the time uh, it indicates the time at which the vehicles which enter the intersection area by the end of green time to clear off the intersection before the changeover to red signal light. That is, it is the time provided for the vehicle to clear off the area before moving to red phase. That is, at the end of green phase, all vehicle has to be cleared from that area. The time which is provided for clearing the vehicles from the intersection is known as clearance time. Okay. So this is the traffic signal head, that is red, amber, green. Next is signal design methods. There are different methods of signal design. They are trial cycle method, approximate method based on pedestrian crossing requirement, Webster method, and design based on IRC guidelines. In K2 syllabus, Webster method is only specified, so I am going to explain Webster method only. All these methods are in Khan Gesto textbook. And the first two methods are approximate design procedure, and the Webster method of signal design is a rational approach with the objective to minimize the overall delay of all the vehicles entering the intersection. So the main objective of Webster's method is to minimize the overall delay of vehicles. In addition, the signal design method as per IRC is also provided. So we can discuss Webster method of traffic signal. So from studies, it is clear that the average delay and overall delay to the vehicle at a signalized intersection vary with signal cycle length. That is, the when signal cycle length varies, the overall delay also changes. For example, if the cycle length is very low, the average delay per vehicle will be high. That is, if the cycle length is very low, there will be large number of vehicles which is not cleared during the first cycle. So what will happen? This vehicle will be cleared during the second cycle only, and like that, this will be the subsequent cycles will be affected by these vehicles. So the average delay per vehicle will be high. Okay, that is the problem if the cycle length is very less. Like that, if the cycle time is increased, in that situation also the average delay will get increased. Okay, so in both situation, that is when cycle length is very low, and also if the cycle length is very high, the total delay will get increased. So we have to design the traffic signal at an optimum cycle time. Okay, so the optimum cycle time depends upon the geometric details of the intersection and the volume of traffic approaching the intersection from all the approach roads during the design hour. So this optimum cycle time depends upon the geometry details and the traffic volume. So this Webster method of traffic signal design is an analytical approach of determining the optimum signal cycle time. So here we are calculating the optimum signal cycle time corresponding to minimum total delay to all the vehicles at the approach roads of the intersection. The main aim is to minimize the delay. Okay. So before going to the before doing the problem, two field work has to be done. That is, from field work, we are getting two values for this Webster method of signal design. They are normal flow Q and the saturation flow S. That is, normal flow through a road. Normal through one phase of road, that is noted by Q. That is traffic volume itself. Traffic volume. Next is the saturation flow, which is noted by S. Saturation flow means it is the maximum number of vehicles that can be accommodated on particular stretch of road during the green time. That is known as saturation flow. That is the maximum traffic volume, and normal flow is the average value of vehicle. So these two values, that is normal flow and saturation flow, are obtained by the field methods. Okay, we can adopt any type of method to find out the normal flow and saturation flow. The normal flow values Q1 and Q2 on roads 1 and 2 are determined from field studies conducted during the design hour, or can be at peak 15 minutes period. Okay. And the saturation flow vehicle is determined from careful field studies by noting the number of vehicles in the stream of compact flow during the green phase and the corresponding time intervals precisely. Okay, so like that we are calculating Q and S. If the saturation value data is not given, we can assume it as 160 PCU per zero point 0.3 meter width of the approach road. Actually, this will be given in the problem. Okay. If it is not provided, we can take this value. Next is the general principles of signal design. This portion I have taken from Ghenna Gestor textbook. Okay, so you just read that book. I think in page number 225 or 226, this portion is explained. Okay. So the first one, the stop time or red phase. Red phase is the stop time. It is the sum of go and clearance interval or green and amber phase. That is, red phase is the sum of green time and amber time. Okay. Second principle is at the end of red phase, there may be a short duration when the amber lights are put on along with the red light signal in order to indicate get set to go. That is, at the end of red phase, there will be amber phase. That is known as red amber. This amber indicate get set to go. In order to prepare for moving, amber light is provided. So after the red phase, there will be amber. Like that, just after the green phase, there will be clearance time or clearance amber phase. This is provided in order to clear the vehicle before red light is on. So after green phase, there will be clearance amber phase, and after the red phase, there will be amber phase. And this amber time is usually provided as 2 to 4 seconds. Usually amber time will be 2 seconds to 4 seconds. Usually in problem, we are providing amber time as 2 seconds. Okay. Next, we can move on to Webster method, that is design steps. First step is, in the first step, we have to calculate the optimum cycle length. The main aim of Webster method is to find out the optimum cycle length such that overall delay is minimum. Okay, so the equation for calculating optimum cycle length is C0 or C0 is equal to 1.5 L plus 5 divided by 1 minus Y. So we have to know what is L and what is Y. L is known as total lost time per cycle. It is in seconds. That is L, total lost time per cycle, and Y is known as critical flow ratio. So we have to know we have to know the calculation part of L, that is lost time per cycle. That is lost time means in every signal cycle there will be a time which is lost by the drivers. That is, if the green signal is on, the driver has to accelerate the vehicle. So at that time there will be a time which is lost by the vehicle while we are trying to accelerate the vehicle. That is one type of lost time. Like that, during the entire period there will be so many lost time, and it will be around a value of 10 seconds or 8 seconds extra. That is known as lost time. During any signal there will be signal period, there will be lost time. Okay, so we can calculate the total lost time by multiplying the lost time per phase into number of phases. That is, we can design this signal for one, for two phase road, or for three phase or four phase. That may be in the intersection there may be flow through two phase. That means, for example, here, in this problem, the vehicle is moving through this direction, that is this way, and this way, that is through A direction and through B direction. That is, there is only two phase movement. Okay, and there may be four phase movement. That is, vehicle may move through this direction and it may divert to this way, and vehicle through this will divert to this way, and vehicle from this may divert to this, and this may divert to this. Like that, there may be four phases also, but here only straight movement is allowed. That is, here on there is only two phase. Okay, so if we are designing for two phase, total loss time will be equal to loss time per one phase into 2. And if there are four phases, the total loss time will be loss time per phase into 4. Okay, it's clear. That is, total loss time is capital L, and it is the loss time per phase into number of phases. Okay, in some problem, it will be provided all red time. At that case, there is one equation to calculate L, that is given in the Ghenna and Justo textbook, and I will explain that equation in the coming problem. It is not given here because by studying these two you will get confused. So in some situation only you have to apply that equation. That is, if all red time is given, equation is L is equal to 2n plus R. That you will be cleared in the coming problem. So that is known as loss time. Okay, L. And Y is known as critical flow ratio, and this critical flow ratio will be calculated for each phases. Okay, and the critical flow ratio will be sum of flow ratio through one phase plus flow ratio through another second phase. If there are four phases, it will be y1 plus y2 plus y3 plus y4. Here I am assuming it as two phase, so it is y1 plus y2. So y1 means, y1 is the ratio of normal flow to saturation flow. That is in the previous lecture, sorry, in the previous slide I have explained that for the Webster method we are taking two field values, that is normal flow and saturation flow. Normal flow is noted by Q and saturation flow is S. That is, y1 is equal to q1 by s1 through one section of road, or one phase of the vehicle, and y2 is q2 by s2, that is through the second phase. So by calculating this L and Y, we can determine optimum cycle length C. Okay, 1.5 L plus 5 divided by 1 minus Y. This is the first step. We are calculating optimum cycle length and L, Y, etc. Then in the second step we are calculating the green time. For calculating green time, an equation is here, that is green time G1, that is green time for first phase, and G2 means green time for second phase. So green time for first phase G1 is equal to y1 by y into C0 by L. What is meant by this C0 minus L? C0 means what is C0? Optimum cycle length that we have calculated. Optimum cycle length minus total loss time. Okay, and if we are subtracting loss time from optimum cycle length, we will be getting effective green time. This is actually known as effective green time, and effective green time into y1 by y is g1, and effective green time into y2 by y is g2. Okay, that is, we are multiplying saturation flow or critical flow through first road divided by total critical flow in critical flow. We will get green time for first road G1, and like that G2 is the multiplication of effective green time into y2 by y. So this is the equation for calculating green time. Then similar procedure is followed when there are more number of signal phases. If there are four signal phase, we have to calculate G1, G2, G3, G4, etc. Like that, do the problem. So here we are obtaining optimum signal time and green time. Then in order to find out the red time, we can draw one diagram that is known as phase diagram or time interval diagram, etc. Okay, from that we will get red time. So design like this is the method of Webster Webster method of signal design. So we can just go through one problem. This is the problem in Khanna Gestor textbook. It's worked out one, so you can refer. The question is, the average normal flow of traffic on crossroads A and B during design period are 400 and 250 PCU per hour, and saturation flow flow values on these roads are estimated as 1250 and 1000 PCU per hour respectively. The all red time required for pedestrian crossing is 12 seconds. Design two-phase traffic signal by by Webster method. This is a question. Here there are two crossroads A and B. Okay, that is, here it is two-phase. It is also given, that is design two-phase. Sometimes the number of phase will not be specified, so we have to find out by from this problem. Here this is two-phase, number of phase is 2, and the normal flow and saturation flow is given. This normal flow of A, the normal flow of A, that is QA is 400 and saturation flow SA is 1250. So from that we can calculate YA, that is QA by SA. Like that YB can also be calculated, that is QB by SB. For road B, normal flow is 250 and saturation flow is 1000, so it is obtained as 0.25. Then for calculating the optimum cycle length, we have to find out L and Y. Okay, so Y will be equal to YA plus YB. Here YB calculated, and capital Y is 0.57. That is critical flow ratio is given as 0.57. Next we have to calculate loss time. Okay, that is I have told that if the loss time per phase is given, total loss time will be number of phases into loss time per phase. But here loss time per phase is not given, but here all red time required for pedestrian is given as 12 seconds. So use this equation, that is 2n plus r, where n is the number of phase and r is the all red time. This equation is also in the Khanna Gestor textbook. That is, if all red time is given and the loss time per phase is not given, at that time use this equation to find out the loss time. That is 2n plus r is equal to 2 into n number of phase here, 2 phase, plus 12 all red time, 12 seconds is given. Therefore loss time, total loss time 16 seconds. So we can calculate optimum cycle length as 1.5 L plus 5 by 1 minus y. By substituting we will get 67.4, so it can be approximately 67.5 seconds. Then in the second step we have to find out the green time. So for that green time for road A, GA is equal to YA by Y, C0 minus L. So YA we have calculated 0.32 divided by total 0.57 is obtained, divided into C0 minus L, put these values and it will be 29 seconds. That is green time for A. Then green time for B is 22 seconds, 22.5 seconds. All the time is given as 12 seconds. If in this problem it is specified that we have to provide all red time for pedestrian crossing, so we are putting 12 seconds. In some problem they may not be mentioning this value, that is in all signals we are not providing pedestrian crossing. Okay, in some signals only we are providing this pedestrian crossing time. Okay, that situation only we have to put this value here. The pedestrian crossing time is given, so it is provided as 12 seconds. And next we have to find out the red time. Okay, for that one method is we can find out the total cycle length. We have obtained as total cycle length as 67.5. Here we obtained 67.5. So from this 67.5, 29 is for green time and 12 is for pedestrian, and there will be amber time will be 2 seconds. So I have told that after green time and red time we have to provide amber. So in one cycle there will be 2 times amber, so 2 plus 2 4, so remaining value is 22.5. That is the red time. That is subtracting the sum of all these values from 67.5 will get 22.5. This one method, or the best method is usually to draw the phase diagram. In some questions they will specify to draw this phase diagram or time interval diagram, so you should clear about this diagram. For that I am drawing the first I am drawing the phase diagram for road A. Okay, for road A we have calculated green time as 29 seconds. So first you draw one long rectangle, and the scale should be that of the optimum cycle length. Here optimum cycle length is 67.5 seconds, so it should be the length of this rectangle, that is total optimum cycle length is 67.5 for this rectangle. And mark the green time. We have calculated green time only, so in first row green time is 29 seconds, so mark the 29 seconds here. Then after the green time we have to provide amber time. Okay, so here amber time is 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Then then will come the red time. Okay, we don't know what is the red time, so here we are providing pedestrian time, that is 12 seconds. So this will come under the red time, so 12 seconds I have to mark. Then I have told that after the red time we have to provide amber. So from the end of this rectangle you mark 2 seconds. So this 2 seconds is marked here, and here 12, here 2, here 29. Adding these four values and subtract it from 67.5, we will get this portion, and its value is 22.5. So here it is 22.5 is the red time, and this red time will be actually red time plus this pedestrian crossing. This will be total red time. Okay. And for B, in the case of in B part, when A road is in green, obviously this B should be in red. That is, when vehicles are moving through this road should be blocked. That is, in this road the signal should be red. Okay, like that the signal design. So here it is red, here it is green, so parallelly this should be red. Okay, in B first you mark the green signal, that is green time. That is green time is only calculated here. So for B road green time is 22.5. So mark 22.5 here, and we have to provide amber time also. So you mark 2, then 22.5 here. Then after green time will come ambers. Sorry, here it is 2 and here it is 12. I have marked wrongly. Here it is, this should be interchanged. So, okay. Sorry for the mistake. That is after the 22.5, that is in between red and green, there should be amber. That is, here it is amber, that is 2 seconds. Okay, then we have to provide 12 seconds for pedestrian crossing. Here it will be 12 seconds. Then remaining portion is red phase. This can be obtained by subtracting the addition of this, that is 2 plus 12 plus 22.5 plus 2, and subtract this value from 67.5, we will get it as 29. Okay, uh, this is the red phase for B road. Okay, like that draw the time interval diagram. This is very simple, that you draw rectangle such that the total length is optimum cycle length. Then mark the green time, because green time is only we are calculating, so mark the green time, and immediately after green we have to mark the amber, and also immediately after red also we have to mark amber. In this problem 12 second is specified as the pedestrian crossing, so we have marked 12. If it is not specified, what will be the procedure? We are marking 29 here, then comes amber, then after that will come red. 12 will be absent. Then before, at the end there should be also amber. That's the only thing you have to remember, that is after green and after red there should be amber. Okay, like that you draw this figure and find out the red time. Here this is one mistake, that is this 12 should be come here and 2 should be here. This I marked it as it is interchanged. Sorry. So this is the explanation of the problem. Now we can discuss one university question. A fixed time signal is to be provided at an intersection having north south and east west flow, two direction. This is also a two phase, that is north south and east west. The design hour flow and the saturation flow. Design hour flow, that is Q and S is given, okay, in the table. Determine the number of phases. Here number of phases 2, and calculate the optimum cycle length based on Webster equation, and find the corresponding green time. Okay, total loss per phase is 5 seconds. Here we have to calculate total loss time L. Here total loss per phase is given as 5 seconds, and number of phases 2. Therefore what will be the total loss time? Total loss time will be loss time per phase into total number of phase, that is 5 into 2. This 10 seconds will be the capital L value here. and yellow interval 2 seconds means amber period is 2 seconds. Okay, so here we obtained L, we have to find out Y, that is y1 plus y2. Here two phase, that is y1 plus y2, but here four values are given. We have to find out y1 and y2. For that, first road is ns, north south. Northbound values, now in the northbound, the volume q and s is given. Q by s, calculate q by s in northbound, and in southbound also calculate q by s. And it's the maximum value of this ratio is the q y1 value. Okay, maximum of these two ratio, that is here northbound calculate q by s, that is y. Here also calculate q by s, and its maximum value will be y1 and y2. To calculate y2 means east west, east and west road. Therefore e bound calculate q1 by s1. Here also calculate q1 by s2, and its maximum value is y2, and y is equal to y1 plus y2. So we obtained L and Y. Calculate optimum cycle length C. Then calculate green time for road A and green time for road B. Then draw that figure. Here pedestrian crossing time is not specified, so you don't need to provide that time. First provide green time, then provide amber. Then from the end also you provide amber, and then the remaining portion will be red time. Like that, calculate red time also. So you just try, you just do this on paper, okay, and send to me. This will be your uh, assignment for this module, that is fourth assignment. Okay, I have explained the steps. This similar to this previous question. One difference is we have to find out north and these two values, and its maximum is taken as y1, and maximum of these two taken as y2. And also here L is lost time per phase into number of phase. Okay, that is the only difference. So you do this problem as an assignment, and send me a mail or WhatsApp extra. Okay. So Webster method is over. I think fourth module is almost over. If any portion is left, I will explain. Okay. So you go through the Ghanan Gesture textbook. If you have any doubt, please WhatsApp me. Thank you.